Hello there guys, and welcome back to another Forza Horizon 5 video on my channel. In today's video I'm going to be taking you through the autumn/storm season of Series 8 in Horizon 5, giving you all the tips and tricks to unlock all of the points available in the season by completing this week's seasonal challenges. There are the Forzathon events, there are the seasonal events, there are co-op, we've got the Stunts championships, and we've also got the challenges at the end. I'll be taking you through each of these objectives in the festival playlist this week to get you as many points out of the 52 points available in this season. Seasonal rewards this week, so for the 20 point reward we have the brand new 2021 Porsche 911 GT3 RS. So this is the updated GT3 RS that we've got in the game now, which is very nice to see, and having driven it in monthly rivals last week, which we'll talk about at the end of this video, it is very good, and it's just a really nice car to have in the game in this German themed update. For 40 points we also have the Mercedes-Benz SSK Barker something or other, whatever the hell it's called. Used to be really expensive in Horizon 4, I don't know whether it is in Horizon 5, but it's a nice car to have in your garage if the price does go up. You'll also be able to work towards the Series 8 kind of series rewards. So for 80 points there's a Mercedes AMG E63. That is a very cool car and one of the rarest cars in the game due to its availability in the auction being limited. And we also have the Auto Union Type D for 160 points in the festival playlist. You'll be able to unlock this in winter or spring. So last week you won't have seen the video on the channel because I was away when the season started, and I only had a couple of days at the weekend to get the points done, to get all the challenges done. I did manage to do that, and that means that I've got 47 out of 52. I'll probably try and get these remaining daily challenges done after I've recorded this video, but unfortunately I didn't have time to do the video, and by the time I would have got time to do it, it would have been pointless anyway because people will have completed the festival playlist. I was then away for a couple of days this week as well, so I've only got back yesterday from another trip, and so this video will be a bit later because I haven't had time to prepare as I would usually. However, I'm still going to get it recorded, and hopefully it'll be uploaded on the evening of Thursday the 2nd or the morning of Friday the 3rd, hopefully. If all goes well, which usually it doesn't, so just expect for it to be later than I say. That's why I cover all bases. So yeah, apologies for not being here next week. I do try to let you know in advance when I know I'm not going to be able to do the video, which I did the week before last. So if there are any occasions, which there probably will be in the upcoming weeks, I've got a lot going on heading into summer, I'll let you know on the weeks that I will not be able to do a video, so that you can check out other channels. But I am here this week, do not worry, do not panic, the video is here, and we're going to be starting with this week's Forzathon weekly challenges. But before we do, I just want to mention the Car Pass car this week. So if you own the Car Pass DLC, you'll be able to claim the 2020 Audi RS3 sedan. I'm hoping this is going to be a really cool car. I managed to make a tune for the BMW M8 competition last week. You may have seen that on my storefront, an A-class road tune, and it really surprised me how good it was. So hopefully the Audi RS3 is going to be good as well. So if you've got Car Pass, you're able to redeem that in your house or festival site via the Car Pass menu. So then, let's get into this week's Forzathon weekly challenges and the other Forzathon related events this week. Okay then, so this week's weekly #Forzathon challenge is called Sport, it's in the name. This will get you 5 points towards the festival playlist and also get you 80 Forzathon points or 160 Forzathon points if you own a La Casa Solidera house. This comes free with VIP, so if you have VIP pass you'll get this car for free when you play the game. So chapter 1 is called Vorsprung der Technik. I've pronounced that wrong, I know, but it's kind of right. That is the slogan of Audi, if you didn't know. Just a little quick fact there to include. So for this, all you need to do is own and drive the smallest S-Line Audi, 2015 Audi S1. Another fun fact, they don't actually make an RS1. You may notice another car coming in this series in spring is the 2018 Audi RS4. So they make the A4, the S4 and the RS4. With the 1, they only make the A1 and the S1, they don't make an RS1. I'm not really sure why that is, but it's interesting because Ford don't make a Fiesta RS either, except for the rally cars, they're a bit of an exception, so it is interesting. But The 2015 Audi S1 is a really cool car. I quite like the S1 actually. It's the smaller version of the like the S3, and it's actually a really cool city car to dink around in. So this car can be purchased from the auto show for 35,000 credits. So it's very cheap, very affordable, and a really nice car for this week's Forzathon. I'd highly recommend popping a tune on it. It isn't mandatory, however. If you want to use a tune, I've got an A-class tune shared under my gamertag Shylo 2017 if you want to check that out, or you can make your own tune or download somebody else's, but I would recommend downloading the tune, because although this car is quite nippy stock, it's going to make your life a lot more easier and fun if you pop a tune on it. So chapter 2 is called Everyday Extremes and wants you to earn 10 stars at PR stunts in your Audi S1. So go to any PR stunt on the map, so you can choose between speed traps, speed zones, danger signs, drift zones, or trailblazers. So literally just pick any. There's loads on the map. If you're wondering why you've hardly got any, that may be because you're fairly new to the game and you haven't unlocked the Horizon Rush outpost, in which case you need to earn some more accolades. Go to the Horizon Adventure, complete the expedition, etc. I've got a full guide on how to unlock that stuff in the Let's Play videos I did and the Hall of Fame video that I did near the start of the game. However, there's a speed trap near the festival if you want to just use that speed trap, or you might want to use the danger sign at the festival or the drift zone. Whatever you want to do, just pick a PR stunt, whether it be one that you just keep going back through, or whether it be several PR stunts within an area that you just drive to. It's completely up to you, however you want to do it. You just need to get 10 stars, so that might be 3 star, 3 star, 1 star, or it could be 2 star, 2 star, 2 star, 2 star, 2 star. However you want to do it, just get 10 stars, and that will get that chapter completed. Then we have chapter 3, Turbo Sports. This wants you to maintain 150 miles an hour or 242 kilometers an hour for 10 seconds in your Audi S1. Again, having it tuned is definitely going to help with this. So what you're going to do, I would highly recommend going to the highway, whether you start at this end at this roundabout or you start at this end at the seasonal danger sign. It's completely up to you. And just reach 150 mile an hour on the highway and maintain that for 10 seconds. Once you've got up to that speed, it should be not long before the thing pops up saying you've completed it. This can be done stock, however, it is obviously much easier to do with a tuned vehicle. Okie dokie, so chapter 4 then. Once you have done that, chapter 4 is called the 4 Rings, and this wants you to win 4 dirt scramble events. So a dirt scramble is basically a dirt circuit, if you think of it in road racing terms. So you do not want a dirt trail, you want a dirt scramble. So to make your life easier, filter it to dirt racing events, and you're going to be looking for the one that's got like the full circle on it that has got scramble in the name. You can pick any 4, or you can pick the same one and do it over and over again. If you are doing the same one, make sure that you come fully back out after it and don't click restart at the end of the race, because then essentially you're just doing the same race over again. It doesn't log it 4 times. So that might be a confusion. Make sure you don't pick one that's got trail in the name, pick one that's got scramble, and make sure you do 4 of them. I try not to use custom blueprints because they can be a bit iffy, and make sure obviously that you're in the correct car. Doing that will get you 5 points and 164 Forzathon points for you to spend. Moving on then to the daily #Forzathon challenges. These will pop up every day at 3:30 PM GMT or whatever time zone you are in. And these last for 7 days each, so don't rush to complete them because you can complete them in batches because they last 7 days. That's typically what I do. If you need any help as they pop up throughout the week, let me know in the comments and I'll be happy to help if they're bugged or if you're having trouble understanding what is meant. The Forzathon shop for this week has the Porsche Macan Rally Raid from 2018. This is an exclusive, meaning it can't be bought in the auto show. However, for 700 Forzathon points, I'd really give it a miss because it can be won in wheel spins, bought off the auction, etc. And 700 Forzathon points for this piece of crap is a bit of a rip-off, in my opinion. We also have the horrible Mercedes number 24 tank pill racing truck. This is another awful car. However, 300 Forzathon points is a bit more reasonable for this. However, it's in the auto show, so I wouldn't really bother. I spent some points on these just to make sure I don't get them in wheel spins, so I get better rewards in wheel spins, and because I've got 2,688 Forzathon points to spare. Another Forzathon related event this week is the Horizon Arcade. You just need to look out for the pink circles on your map. There's usually 2 pop up every 15 minutes. You just need to go to one of them of your choosing and complete all 3 rounds. Even if you're on your own, the difficulty will be lowered so that the objectives aren't as high as if you're in a group. So you'll be able to get this completed, and this will get you 3 points towards the festival playlist, and it'll also get you 30 Forzathon points or 60 Forzathon points, depending on if you've got the La Casa Solidera house to spend in the Forzathon shop. So that is all of the Forzathon related events. Enjoy completing them, but for now we're going to be moving on to the trial. Okay then, so the trial is called Stock Showdown BMW M2 Coupe. Now, I don't know whether I mentioned this before in videos or live streams, but quite a few of you who are fans of the channel will probably know that the BMW M2 is one of my dream cars. I mean, specifically the M2 competition from like 2018-2019 is my dream car. However, the 2016 BMW M2 Coupe is close enough in this game. I just really like the way it looks. People say it's like a childish BMW M3 or BMW M4, but really it's just a nice little dinky car, 2-seater, and it's just really, really nice. One of my dream cars, so we're going to be racing that in this week's trial, and the reward for it is the BMW i8. Now we should all have one of these because we got gifted one for National Earth Day or whatever it was a few weeks ago. So technically we've all got one of these, however we're allowed to get another one, even though it's an auto show car. However, it is still a pretty good reward. So the trial, if you don't know, is a co-op. So basically, you'll be racing with a team of up to 6 versus 6 driver tars essentially. So there'll always be 6 driver tars, and then there'll be your team. So you're on blue team and driver tars are red team. You basically got to work as a team to get more points in the race than the driver tars. So not everybody has to win, but you just need to have more points overall than the driver tars. And it's best of 3, so if you win the first 2, you don't have to do the 3rd race. If the driver tars win one of them, you need to make sure that you win at least 2. If the driver tars win 2-0 and they automatically win, you get what I mean. So basically, don't try and ram your teammates. If your teammate is faster than you, let them pass because you're working as a team. If you are faster than somebody and they don't want to let you pass, don't try and push past, because that's usually when you end up getting pushed out of a checkpoint or whatever. Just sit behind them, just slow down the driver tires for the other teammates to catch up. That's pretty much all you can do. Now with this full month celebrating kind of German heritage, you will notice that all the challenges are to do with Germany, hence why we have the BMW M2 Coupe. Now you can't actually tune it, you have to leave it stock, and its stock PI is A-Class 718. So you have to make sure it has that PI. You're allowed to paint it, but you just can't apply any upgrade at all. You can't apply an upgrade that reduces the PI and then get it back up to 718. It doesn't work like that. You have to use its stock. It is rear wheel drive, so if you don't like rear wheel drive, turn on traction control. Personally, I think it'll be alright. It's on sport tyres, it's pretty grippy because it's modern, so it should be alright, but if you're having trouble, turn on traction control, etc, etc, and just try and throttle control a bit when it feels like it's going to spin out. So that is the only kind of suggestion I have for that one. Okay then, so this week's event lab is from Unworthy Pleb. Now, I don't know about you, but I recognise that name. I don't know whether we've had one of their event labs in the festival players before, or whether I'm just making it up, I don't know. But anyway, the latest edition of Unworthy Pleb's event lab creations is the Caldera Mountain Climb version 2.4. The description of this is a unique cross-country circuit taking place on top of the volcano. It has steep hill climb and ramps, tons of props and decoration. Enjoy. There is some pretty bad grammar in there, so I've tried to read it as in proper English as I can, although I know I've just said that there's a bad grammar in that, and I've just absolutely buggered my sentence there as well, haven't I? But oh well. Anyway, so this will get you an Audi RS6 from 2009, which actually I think might be exclusive. I'm not too sure, but don't take my word for it because I'm usually wrong. It'll also get you 3 points towards the festival playlist, and about 5 minutes of your life to never get back. So for this you'll need an A-Class Unlimited Off-Road. So there's a couple of options for this one. So I'm going to head over to my garage and show you what they are now. I would just like to mention as well, before we get too deep into this video, if you are new around here and you never watched one of my videos before, or you're fairly new, All the tunes mentioned can be found under my gamertag Shylo 2017 unless I specify otherwise. So unless I say it's by somebody else, it'll be by me, and you can find that under my gamertag, which is in the top left there. I just thought I'd mention that in case you were getting a bit confused, like, oh, where's the tune, blah blah blah, you know. Anyway, so the first car that we've got for this is the Ford number 25 Bronco RTR from 2017. I've had this tune for quite a while actually, and it actually surprised me with the racing V8, 850 horsepower. It's actually pretty good, and will hopefully be alright in this event lab. I don't know what is entailed in the event lab because I've never done it before. I don't know whether it's cross country, whether it's, I don't know, but I'm guessing it's going to be something that requires power and grip, so in this case it's a good option. We've also got the 2016 Jeep Trailcat. This has got 917 horsepower, however it is a bit more heavy by 6 kilograms. Another great option. I've loved this car since Horizon 4, so really good option. And we also have the RJ Anderson Polaris. This is really good if you want to support my livery, my USA livery. I'd really appreciate that as well. 922 horsepower, very light. This one's probably the best actually in terms of raw speed, but I just prefer the Trailcat. Okay then, so now we move on to this week's seasonal PR stunts. So I'm going to talk you through each of them, give you the car and tune, and then show you the gameplay of me completing them. Usually I fail at least one, so do be expecting that. Don't expect a literal guide for these PR stunts because quite often I do fail one of them in the video because it's a first attempt on camera that you get to see. So the first one is Lost Jardiners Danger Sign. This will get you a super wheel spin and 2 points towards the festival playlist. And for this you need a D-Class Mercedes Unimog. Yes, you heard me right, a D-Class Mercedes Unimog. Yeah, it's interesting. It is very interesting. Obviously the Unimog is very slow and weighs stock 7,000 kilograms, which is 7 tons. For reference, the average family car weighs around 1.5 to 2 tons. This is 7 tons. And yes, it is a truck, but it is very heavy, given that it's not like a full Arctic. But we'll just have to go with it. So it's the one at the end of the motorway, which does mean if you start all the way back here, you're at least guaranteed to reach 100 miles an hour. You full send it along there, and then you need 110 metres. Thankfully the ramp goes up quite far and projects you into the air, so hopefully we'll be able to do it with a run up from around here, I'm hoping. So I'm going to hop in the Unimog now. The tune can be found under my gamertag, and then I'm going to give it a shot. Now I'm going to be honest with you here, it took me 2 attempts to get the tune for this, I nearly called it a car then, vehicle right actually, because at first I tried reducing as much weight as possible and got it down to 4.8 tons, however there just wasn't any speed, it just didn't accelerate, so I put the stock gearbox back in, squeezed nearly 900 horsepower out of it, and now at least it reaches 100 miles an hour, so I'm hoping that if we manage to get around this final corner, we hit it about 120 miles an hour and just hope for the best. There's not really much more you can do, if I'm honest, because the vehicle is trash anyway, never mind when you have to use it in D-Class, so that says it all really in my opinion. Okay, so we're going to send it, we lose a lot of speed, but it projects us into the air, and there we go, 152 metres, so yeah. Not that bad after all, but still not really necessary. Okay then, so now we move on to the Autopista Speed Trap. This will get you another super wheel spin and 2 points, and for this you need anything from Germany that is A-Class. So again, this is on the highway, it is the speed trap on the highway and requires 206 miles an hour, and in A-Class that is actually quite high, so I've still got a couple of options for this one. I already had pre-tuned, so I'm just going to pick a random one and hope that it works, but I'll show you all the options so you can pick and choose between them. So I reckon you start around this kind of clover leaf shape here, and then you just send it all the way down here, and this is around where the hill is, so you get a bit of speed off the hill and you should have no problems with the tunes that I've got. But yeah, 206 miles an hour is pushing it for A-Class. Just glad it's not B-Class. Okay then, so the first option is the 2008 BMW M3. I used this for a day in design the other week. It is a power build. It's on off-road race tyres and it's maxed out 2JZ with 1270 horsepower. So yeah, it is a bit strange, but it does get going once you put your foot down and manage the throttle control. So I'm probably going to use that one just for the memes. We've also got the BMW M8 competition that I tuned last week. This reaches well over 200 miles an hour quite easily, if I'm honest. We've also got the BMW M5 again, reaches 200 miles an hour pretty easily. From last week, the 2013 Mercedes-Benz A45 AMG, we had to use that for the danger sign. Obviously you wouldn't have seen me do that because I didn't make a video on it, but that is quite impressive. That time, weight reduction over power did work, unlike the Mercedes. And then we also have the Porsche, but that doesn't really have a very good top speed, so I'm probably going to take the BMW M3 just for the memes, just to see how many times I spin it out in the process. Okay then, so here we go, full send, maximum throttle control engaged. Never mind, we're just going to drift it instead. So 2JZ, here we go. Doesn't really drive straight, which is a bit of an issue, but when you get your foot down, it really does get to motor. And it's on rally suspension as well, which really doesn't help with the control of the vehicle. I don't really know what was going through my head when I built this. I guess I was just being a bit mental, but, you know, oh well. Crap, I've just realised I'm going the wrong way. Crap. I was meant to go the other way. Just ignore that. Never mind, I didn't do that. I thought I was going the right way, and then I wasn't. Okay. Yeah, that wasn't really meant to happen, I'm not gonna lie. Right, I need to turn around and go the other way. Yeah, that was just me being a bit of a plonker. Just ignore that. It has made the video a minute longer, but just so you get to laugh at me, I'll leave it in. Right, go. This way, please. Thank you. Get your foot down. Right, see if we can get going again. Go. Here we go. We're motoring. Right, but yeah, we get a lot more speed along here. But I think I've reached the top speed. I mean, in A class, this kind of speed is a bit ridiculous anyway, so there's no real need to explain that. Okay, so we just keep on sending it, try not to crash. Yeah, this is just a strange build. I don't know what was going through my head when I made it. 244 miles an hour, so yeah, we didn't really need that much run up, did we? But yeah, crazy vehicle. But smashed the PR stunt anyway. Okay then, so this week's final PR stunt is the Barranco Trailblazer, which again will get you a super wheel spin and 2 points. We need a B-class Porsche Macan Turbo from 2019 for this one. I had 3 of them, so it wasn't a problem getting hold of one of them, was it? You can kind of see the finish line in the top right of your screen if I zoom in gently. So that is where we need to go. We kind of have to avoid the rocks, go through a few trees and then get to the finish line. We need 35 seconds left on the clock when we reach the finish line in order to complete the seasonal objective. So B-Class Macan Turbo is available in the auto show as far as I'm concerned for a relatively cheap price. As I say, I had 3 of them, so no problem for me. Pop my tune on it if you want to, and then we'll hit this PR stunt. Also, a massive shout out to the guy that made this livery, because this is very, very clean. I'm not sure who it was in my suggested, but if you're watching by any chance, massive shout out to you because this is a very, very clean livery. Right, let's give this a shot then. I absolutely hate this Trailblazer from doing it in the past, so this is going to go very well. I'm definitely not going to complete this one first time, so I'd just like to warn you. There's rocks everywhere, they are very annoying. Can't see where you're going. Oh yeah. Essentially you just have to send it down, but all of them rocks slow you down a lot, and it is very annoying. So you kind of send it through here, and then you have to brake quite hard, and then you just got to have pot luck. I usually don't have pot luck, which is why I hate this Trailblazer. As you can see, I'm going the complete wrong way. If you would like to turn, then that would be much appreciated, but you know, fair enough. So we needed 35 seconds left on the clock. We've got 25, or 24 actually. I knew I wouldn't complete that one first time, because not only do I hate it, it is, I just always fail to complete one of them in the festival playlist, so yeah. Anyway, I'm going to go and do that again off camera. I'll be back in a minute. I am not going to lie, that took up 10 minutes of my time that it really did not need to, but I got it completed after 6 tries, so yeah, it was actually a bit of a difficult one, that actually, I have to admit, so good luck, is all I can say. Just send it. Okay, so first seasonal championship of this week is Street Contest. This will get you a BMW M3 GTR, and you also 5 points towards the festival playlist. A quick note for seasonal championships for these 3 here. You need to be on at least highly skilled driver tires. Difficulty for this one in your settings, at least highly skilled or above to get the rewards. If you aren't at that setting, you will not get all of the rewards. You'll just get a duff reward or no reward. So make sure you're on highly skilled driver tires. Usually pretty easy to beat. You can do it solo, in which case you'll need to drive or fast travel to each of the races in each championship, or if you do it co-op, it'll automatically fast travel you with your team member or team members to each event. If you're doing it solo, you need to do all 3, and it's how many points you get overall against the driver tires. And if you're doing it co-op, it's best of 3 like it is in the trial. Okay, so for this one you need B-Class BMW versus Volkswagen, so anything from BMW, anything from Volkswagen, either that's stock B-Class or has been upgraded from the lower class to be B-Class, and it is street racing, so I've got a couple of cards for you for this one, which I shall show you now. Okay then, so the first car I've got for you is the 2003 Volkswagen Golf R32. I've got pretty much all of the Golfs tuned in this game, however I've picked out 2 of the best ones in my opinion that I've got tuned. So this one's really fast. It doesn't have upgraded brakes, however it is still pretty decent. Sport tyres, and it's also very cheap. At 20,000 credits, it is literally a bargain. So the Golf R32's always been a pretty good car since Horizon 4, so this is a good option. Additionally, we've got the 2010 Volkswagen Golf R, so this one's a bit more grippy, got a bit less horsepower, but it is still really good as well. And then from BMW we have the BMW M3 from 2005 with the wide body, so this one's got nearly 400 horsepower. Rear wheel drive, however it is pretty easy to drive once you get going, and it's quite grippy as well, even on its stock tyres. So either of these are going to do you alright in this championship. Okay then, so the next seasonal championship for this week is German Quality, and this will get you a German engineering hoodie and 5 points towards the festival playlist. This one is dirt racing and requires anything from Germany that is all-wheel drive and that is in A-class. So basically, again, it could be rear-wheel drive or front-wheel drive and has been swapped to all-wheel drive. It could be DCB class upgraded to A-class, or it could be all-wheel drive stock, A-class stock. So basically, upgraded or stock form, it has to be an A-class and it has to be all-wheel drive. They are basically the only requirements, and also it has to be from Germany. So again, I've got a couple of options for you for this one, and I'll head over to my garage now to show you. Okay then, so with it being dirt racing, I've generally only picked ones that have got off-road tyres or that are generally on the grippy side. So the Audi S1 for the Forzathon will be quite good for this one. It's not ideal, but it is still pretty good. We've also got the 2016 BMW M2 Coupe, the same one that you're using for the trial, however in its upgraded form for dirt racing, my shooting again. This one is just a really cool car. This tune is just very easy to drive, and that's what makes it good really. The 2018 BMW M5 could also be useful, however it isn't quite as grippy. What else have we got? Okay, I don't think that's from Germany, so I'm not really sure why I put that one in actually, unless it's for the next championship, I'm not sure. Porsche 944 Turbo, that's another great option, very grippy with its off-road race tyres. So any of them vehicles, make sure it's from Germany, because for some reason I've randomly put something from where are Opel from actually, I'm not even sure. Wherever Opel are from, I don't think it's German, so I don't know why I put that in, but anyway. Okay then, and the final season championship for this week is called Zero to Hero. It is cross country. Will win you a Porsche Cayenne, I think from 2018. I think that's the one pictured in the thumbnail there, and also 5 points towards the festival playlist. So for this one, it needs to be anything in B class that is a German sports utility hero. So you can filter to sports utility heroes in your garage, and just make sure it's from Germany essentially. So a couple of options I've got for you here. So again, make sure it's from Germany. That is the whole theme of this month. Okay, so we have where have you gone? Okay, so the only option we've actually got is the car I'm in now. I actually forgot about that. It is the 2019 Porsche Macan Turbo in order to win yourself a 2018 Porsche Cayenne Turbo. So yeah, quite interesting there, but it's pretty good, this car. 441 horsepower in B class is pretty impressive. It's not bad on cross country because it's got off-road race tyres which are going to help it as well. So this tune, same one I've used for the Trailblazer, will be able to complete you this championship. Okay then, so the final challenge that is specific to this week is the photo challenge, #turbo takeoff. This will get you a classic Running Man emote and also 2 points towards festival playlist. I can't speak tonight, I'm absolutely malfunctioned. So the objective of this is to photograph the 1989 Porsche 944 Turbo at the Aerodromo in La Salva. So essentially, I thought this meant go to the stadium. Turns out I'm just stupid. What you're going to want to do to make your life easier is filter to landmarks on your map, and then you're going to want to head to the bottom left of your map, kind of, to where it says La Selva, and here you'll see Aerodroma and La Selva. It's basically the airstrip at the bottom left of the map. You're going to want to fast travel here and get yourself in your Porsche 944 Turbo and take a photo from there. Okay then, so just as a quick example here I am in my Porsche 944, just on a bit of a drift. You can clearly see I'm at the aerodrome here. So we should get 2 ticks, there we go, 2 ticks, and the photo challenge is complete. We've got our reward and our points towards the festival playlist, so that is the photo challenge for this week. And finally then, for this video, we have the monthly rivals at the Arch of Moulins circuit in the brand new 2021 Porsche 911 GT3 RS, which is the reward, 20 point reward for this week. So I mentioned at the start of the video that I completed this last week, meaning that I don't need to complete it for the rest of the series, because this is a monthly event. You complete it in any of the 4 weeks, and the points are added onto every other week, and you don't have to complete it again. That is the benefit of this monthly event. So essentially, if you haven't completed it yet, you just need to click on it here in the festival playlist or via your rivals tabs in the pause menu. It'll automatically put you in the car and at the track, so you can't tune, you don't have to worry about picking the right car or going to the right track. It will automatically do that for you, and then you just need to start the event and post a clean lap. If you don't know what a clean lap means, it basically means that you don't hit any walls, you don't rewind, and you don't miss checkpoints. Essentially, if your lap has just your gamertag on your time, then it is clean. If it has like a little box with an exclamation mark next to it, that means it's dirty or flagged or whatever. And then the criteria that I mentioned a few seconds ago is basically what gets you a flag time, so you do not want that. If it means driving around to 20 miles an hour to get a clean lap, then that's fine. You don't have to beat your rival. You just need to go around once, and once you cross the finish line with a clean lap, just quit and it will have it completed. Do not click restart like I did once. Click quit and then it will post your time, and you will have it completed. Okay then, so that is it for today guys. Thank you so much for watching today's video. I will hopefully be back next week with the video for the winter season, where we've got the Mercedes AMG GTS for 20 points, another brand new car. But for now, enjoy your brand new 911 GT3 and the Audi RS3, 2 really cool cars. I might get a video done on them at some point over the weekend, but do not guarantee it because I'm going to be very busy. So thank you so much for watching guys. If you did like it, I would really appreciate it if you could subscribe to the channel, get us closer to 300 subscribers, and if you've got any ideas of what I could do for a 300 subscriber pet special that's not going to take too much time out of my schedule, then I'd really appreciate that as well. I have got a couple of ideas at the moment, but ideas from the community are always really good as well. So thank you so much for watching once again, and I'll see you hopefully in a week's time. Bye!